What is up, loves? Welcome back to another Grand Theft Auto Online Cayo Perico discussion video. My name's Darkside, so a lot of people are really pissed off that they nerfed this heist, okay, with the pay and everything. But listen, can we say that we're not surprised? I'm not surprised. To be honest, I'm not defending Rockstar at all in any way, shape, or form, but I really, honestly, and I've said this a million times in some of my live streams and shit, I still think from this, from the get-go when they came out with this heist, we were making way too much money on it. I always say it, I'm like, man, I cannot believe that they would still, that they would release a heist and solo you can make $1.7 million by yourself. Like, that is fucking unbelievable. Like, that's why their shark card, sales have declined. Like, that's why they fucked up and they made it way too much. That we made way too much on the heist, And back in the day when it first came out, like, we could run it pretty much back to back. I don't know, for those of you that have been on a minute, a few years, 3 or 4 years or so at least, you'll remember, like 3 months after the Cayo Perico heist came out, they gave us 1 week where they paid us an extra $500K on the heist. I ran it probably, I'm not even shitting you, like 60 to 70 times that week. I made about $170 million or so that 1 week. Because, I was doing it on hard mode, so I was getting the extra 50K, and I was getting the extra 500,000, I was knocking it out. I would run it back to back to back. That's the majority of my money that I have is mostly from the Cayo Perico, and most of the subscribers that I've had on my channel, are all people, mostly all people that I've helped run the Cayo Perico heist or the casino heist, but mostly the Cayo Perico heist for, because back then there was no cooldown. I would run it, for one person, go set it up again, run it for another person, because I had over, $200 million in the game. Now, this is before any glitched accounts came out or anything like that, like, how they are now, like people with $8 billion and fast run and, the level 2000s or whatever, the 7000, whatever the hell they are, back then, man, like, if we could rewind time to 3 years ago, when the Los Santos Summer Special came out, and I think it was like July or August or whatever it was of 2019, and they left on the newswire, they're like, be ready for this fall or whatever, the biggest DLC ever in Grand Theft Auto Online history, because we knew we were getting a new location, we just didn't know, and it said an all exciting new location. We knew we were getting either a map expansion or it was going to be going to an island or something. That's the leaks were saying, pointing to an island. And then bam, that December it comes out, we got those little snippets and those little clips of like El Rubio's Island and shit like that, and the beach party and all that stuff. And then bam, the heist comes out in December, and I walk in and I complete it, and I'm like, $1.7 million for this fucking heist? Are you kidding me? Like, the new people, the new players are none the wiser, because they come into the game, and it's so funny, man, because even people that don't play Grand Theft Auto that are new, they already know to get a submarine. That's the first thing they ask me. How do I get a submarine? Can you help me get a submarine? So everybody, obviously, even people that don't even play GTA, they already know that the Cayo Perico heist is the way to make the best and fastest way to make money in this game. You know what I mean? So, and they don't even play the game. So, and they hear about it through social media and, other friends that play the game, and they're like, man, get yourself a submarine. And so, like I said, I don't know how many people I've run the Cayo for. Hundreds, man, and made people hundreds of millions of dollars. I have like 2.5 billion, or no, I made like $2.7 billion in this game altogether. And that's not even, like, I've made probably about $600 million at least for other players. Running other players. I kind of did the math, man. So I would have probably close to, I don't even know, man. I have about 430 something million. I probably have $1 billion right now if I collected all that money for myself. But I don't need it, so I'm not a greedy bitch. You know what I mean? I'm not a greedy fucker, so I don't care. But like I said, these new players that come into the game, they're none the wiser, man, because they didn't have to deal with, like, them patching the Juggernaut, buffing him, you know, us being able to take the helicopter there years ago. Remember that? You know, we would be able to take the helicopter. You could even take your Oppressor Mark II there and not use the missiles, but fly around and go straight to the fucking communication tower. That was cool. That was dope. And then they patched that. Then they took the boats out of the back, so you couldn't escape out of the back. What else have they done? I don't even know. So many fucking things that they've patched and buffed. Now the bodies, you know, now then the cooldown thing, you know, now it's the fucking nerf and the pay, you know. It's fucked up, man. I don't agree with it, but like I said, if we could rewind time and go back 3 years ago, and the money that we're making now after the nerf, we would have been excited as shit to make that kind of money solo in the heist. I mean, granted, you know, they fucked up because they, you know, they shouldn't have paid us. They shouldn't have paid us what they were paying us to begin with. I always thought it was too much, you know. And like I said, I'm not defending them. I'm not, you know, they fucked up. That's on them, you know. But I always did think, I'm like, man, you know, they're paying us way too much on this heist. You're gonna have billionaires within fucking, you know, like 6 months, a year in this game, you know. And it did, and that's the way it went, pretty much. Because, you know, before the cooldown, we were able to run it pretty much back to back, and I was running it for so many people. First, I was running it for myself. I got a lot of money for myself, about $200 million. It got me jump started. You know what I mean? But then after that, I kind of chilled back, and I would run it for new players and get them grinding and get them their money. You know what I mean? I would run it 2 or 3 times for other people to help them get their submarine money, and then bam, they could go and they could start going off and doing it themselves. You know, but like I said, if we could rewind time and we walked into the Cayo Perico heist and we were able to collect 750K on this heist solo, we would be happy with that. Because, you know, look at the Doomsday heist. Look at how much work you have to do for that heist in order to make. Now they buffed the amount of money you get. You get more. It's like $3 million, I think, or something like that. But, you know, still, you got to do a lot of fucking work for that heist. This, you don't have to do shit. And back before, you know, they came out with, you know, with the body thing, like, you were able to just basically walk right through and drop anybody anywhere, and they would walk right over the bodies, and it'd be no big deal. You know what I mean? So, I mean, anyway, I gotta go, man. I gotta get back to bed for a couple hours. But I just wanted to put this up, that a lot of people are pissed, and I understand why. But at the same time, I always said that I really, really honestly thought that they were paying us way too much on this, because they killed themselves with the shark cards on this. Because why would you buy shark cards when you could go and run Cayo twice for somebody, get them the submarine, and then get them grinding? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. Now we have the cooldown with the timer thing. We didn't always have that, but which is kind of bullshit. But you know, I highly doubt they're ever gonna pull that back out. You know, because it really, they fucked themselves by paying us way too much money on this heist. That's kind of the way I feel. You know, like I said, it doesn't really affect me because I have a lot of money in the game already. But new players, they're none the wiser. They have no idea how much they'd be walking and making, you know, other than what they hear from people. Man, you know, you can make $1.7 million in like 10, 11 minutes on this game. Just follow me and bam, I'll make you the money. You know, now they're going to be getting a lot less, a good amount less, you know. So, but they're still going to make money, and it still is probably the best way to make money. You know, just, you're going to have to go and probably do the casino heist in between time. It's, you know, it should still equal out to be the same type of thing, pretty much. Maybe not as easy and as great, but, you know, we have other ways to make money. So that, you know, hope is not lost, man. We do have other ways to make money in the game, and there's plenty of businesses out there. So, all right, guys, I gotta go. I'll talk to you soon. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and have a good week, and I'll see you soon. Peace.